Hey guys, it's me, Jess, and I'm back with another What Sold on eBay, Poshmark, and now I have Mercari to add to that. So if you are interested to see what I sold for high dollar amounts, then stay tuned. So the first item that I want to share that sold on eBay was a pair of UGG boots, and these were blue with like sequins on the back. I think they were the limited edition, so apparently you couldn't get them anywhere. Maybe there were only like so many made, so they were pretty rare. Anyways, I got these from my mommy mystery box, and I will link that up above so you guys can watch it. So I paid $0 for this since these were from her personal closet and she didn't charge me anything for it. Thank you, Mom. And they sold for $59.99. And staying with the UGG boot theme is another pair of UGG boots that were hers that came in my mommy mystery box. These were pink and they were breast cancer awareness, so they had the little ribbon on the ankle. They were really cool. And these ended up selling for $67, and again, I paid $0 for these. Next up was a Eileen Fisher blazer. And Eileen Fisher is a pretty good brand. This was a size small, so I am surprised that it sold for so much. But then again, I'm kind of not surprised because it was new with tags. I believe the retail price was like $200 and something, so when anything is new with tags, it usually jacks up the price a little bit more, or I jack up the price a little bit more. So I did go back and forth with this lady, and then we finally figured a price of $67 for this jacket. So I found this jacket at a local liquidation store. They basically just get shelf pulls and returns from other stores. Now this store is kind of different in that it's a huge warehouse, so it's definitely, you have to search through it. And when you find something good, you have to look the item over like super well because there might be makeup stains, there may be rips and pulls, and I found that a lot at this liquidation store. Thankfully, this one had no issues, so it was good to go. And I only paid $9, so win-win. Next up is this Diane von Furstenburg, and this was a vintage, you could tell by the tag, pajama set. So this was pretty awesome. It was 100% silk, and Diane von Furstenburg is definitely a bolo. If you were not one of the almost 1 million people to watch Alicia at Married Life's TikTok video, then you would know that this is definitely a bolo, and she had found like 6 or 7 of these dresses at a Goodwill. You should definitely go watch her video because it's pretty hilarious, all the comments, hate comments that she ended up getting on this video, and I laughed so hard watching this video, but the comments are just like unreal, and I'm glad that she can laugh about them. Either way, I sold this for $69, and I only paid $4 for this set at Goodwill. The next thing that I sold that I want to share is a vintage Floral pullover sweater, and this definitely had that vintage vibe. I definitely could tell it was vintage by the tag, but I never knew the brand Floral. I mean, there's tons and tons of vintage brands. You just have to look them up. So I went to Goodwill right before it closed when everyone went into quarantine, and I found this for 25% off. So I ended up only paying $3 for this, and it sold for $77. So the last thing that I want to share that sold on eBay that was a high dollar amount was this vintage Disney Winnie the Pooh bedding set for babies. So it was a crib set, and it had like the head bumper, it had the bumpers all the way around that are like illegal now. I don't know, people don't use them. And then it had the top comforter. So it was a 3-piece set. It was used, so I didn't know if that would be an issue or not, but apparently not. I've had this for probably 9 months. I did send out offers for like $40. Somebody actually did buy it, but then they never paid, so there's that. But then this lady came and purchased it for $77 and gave me perfect feedback, so I'm happy with that. So moving right along, let's go to Poshmark, and Poshmark just made me a little bit sad. I mean, I'm making a lot of sales, but they are lower dollar amounts, and they're on my free stuff, so I shouldn't be too sad. So I have 2 items that I want to share that sold for over $50. And the first one is a Vince cashmere cardigan sweater. This one actually sold on eBay for $69. And then the lady said, there's a tint of blue in there, so I would like to return it. So on my items on eBay, I have no returns, but this lady somehow jumped through hoops and opened up a case as not as described and ended up winning. So I had to return it and have the cost of shipping back to me taken out of my pocket. I'm not a big advocate on returns. It's working for me. I know a lot of people say just do it, but that's why I don't do it. To each their own. Anyways, this sold for $69 on Poshmark. I did lose a little bit of money compared to eBay because Poshmark does take 20%, whereas eBay takes 13%. But I found this at Savers on a half off day and only paid $8. And the final item that I want to share is actually a retail arbitrage item. This was a Lily Pulitzer tote bag, and it was like a towel. So I'm not really sure why somebody would have paid full price for this, but I'm not complaining. Anyways, I bought this for $29.99 and they paid $99 for this. Full price. That hardly ever happens. And now we're gonna switch over to Mercari, and this will be my first time sharing sales for Mercari, so pretty excited about that. The first thing that I want to share is a Kate Spade Juno tote purse, and this was kind of like a mini purse. I found this retail arbitrage at the Kate Spade outlet. It was $50, and somebody made me an offer of $100. And the coolest part about this is Mercari had a promotion going on where if you listed purses in this certain time frame, that they wouldn't take a fee if it ended up selling. So I ended up with $100 in my pocket. I'm beginning to like a Mercari. And the last and final sale was probably my best sale in the past 30 days. It was a pair of Floral platform sandals. And these I found on my first trip after quarantine. I thought all the stores were gonna open on this one day, and no stores were open. So I took the day off of work and I was really bummed because I ran out to go to the first store and they were closed. But I did see on a website where this store is a consignment store that's 30 miles away from me, but I had to shop. You don't understand, I had to shop. So I went to this consignment store and found these shoes for $6. They looked pretty new, like the bottoms were super clean and there was literally nothing wrong with them. I did look up the style and found that they were selling on Amazon for $157. So I, of course, priced mine close to that, just a little bit under, and somebody came in and made me an offer of $111. Yeah, I'm gonna take that. So I think these moved within like a week or so I'm pretty happy about that, and to make almost $100 profit is pretty awesome. So that is it. That is all my higher priced items that ended up selling on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. So I'm curious, what is your guys' favorite platform? Please leave me a comment down below and let me know. Right now, mine is Mercari, but it'll probably change daily. Please hit the thumbs up button on your way out, and thanks for coming. Bye!